Every time I stopped working or studying or doing something productive, I feel guilty, like I'm wasting time, like I am falling behind, like I'm failing. Even when I try to rest, there will always be a voice in my head saying that you haven't done enough to deserve this. So many of us, especially our Gen Z girls, feel like we can't relax, be softer. Growing up, rest is never encouraged in my family. If I wasn't doing homework or something useful, then I am lazy or useless or a burden. And I was also told that being tired was an excuse. It's a weakness. That resting is shameful. Stopping meant you were falling behind. And I know I'm not alone. So many Gen Z girls grew up in homes and schools where your worth was tied to how much you can achieve. We were raised on grades, hustle, glowing up, side projects, self-improvement, and always be better. And we never learned to just be, to just exist without needing to earn that space. Here's the weird thing, our brain literally don't know how to handle rest in this kind of environment. When we work, achieve, or cross things off the to-do list, our brain will release the dopamine, and that's a reward chemical. When we rest, that dopamine just slows down, and our brains panic, We'll say to ourselves, am I still valuable? And here's the science behind that guilt. Prolonged stress raises cortisol, the survival hormone. When you're always in fight or flight, your brain just treats the rest as a danger, as a threat. If danger is nearby, you feel like you should do something to survive. So it is not just in our head. Our nervous system literally feels not safe when we are not doing anything. But here's what I had to ask myself. Why does rest feels like rebellion? Because for years, I believed I had to earn rest, that I had to deserve softness, that being gentle meant I was lazy, that slowing down meant I was giving up. But I've realized something. Our life aren't just productive machine, We are souls. We have hearts. Our body needs love, not just progress. Healing doesn't happen when we are rushing. It happens when we are soft, when we breathe. I started really scheduling rest into my week, like a non-negotiable meeting. I time block a soft hour where I do absolutely nothing productive. I let myself sometimes just lie on the floor or sometimes just stare at the ceiling, nap without guilt. And I also noticed the thought that's coming up during my rest. They always say that you should do something. You don't deserve to rest. Your career will falling behind. You'll become poor, and all the things running into my head. But instead of believing them, I'm trying to say that thank you for trying to protect me, but I am safe now. I replace productivity with emotion tracking. Instead of asking, what did I get done today? I would ask myself, how did I feel today? Was I kind to myself? Did I criticize myself a lot, or I praise myself more? And I feel like this is a small step, but it makes me feel like a real growth. Now you might ask, but what if I still wanted to work hard to improve myself, to chase big goals? Of course, I get it, so do I. You should understand resting is not about quitting your dreams or living passively. It's about learning to work from love, not fear. When we are working from fear, we are driven by guilt, comparison, and shame. It feels like we are running away from something, from failure maybe, and we never feel good enough somehow. But when we are working from love, you are still ambitious, still growing, but you are doing it because you care about yourself, not because you hate where you are now. Here's how I'm balancing both. I allow space for softness in my schedule. Sometimes I plan deep work days, but sometimes I just plan deep rest days. Both are valid. Try to not feel guilt in either. I honor my energy, and I often remind myself, if I was kind to myself, if I was present and connected, that's already a win. Another important thing I think is I set boundaries. with my inner critic. When it tells me that I am lazy, I say, no, I'm healing. I'm not giving up on my dreams. I'm just done burning myself out to get there. Now I walk towards them peacefully, steady, and I will still arrive. Be soft and unstoppable. Girls, you really deserve a soft life. You should remind yourself that you don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to explain to yourself to anyone your stillness. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Not anymore. Being soft, being at ease isn't weakness. It's wisdom. The more we let go of guilt, the more peace we find in just being us. So, to my fellow soft girls, let's rest. Let's breathe. Let's bloom gently and unstoppably. See you next week. Bye bye.